So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Country Investor. My name is Robert, if this is your first time tuning in. So in this video, we're going to talk about the difference between premium gasoline and just your regular gasoline. Is it really worth the investment into your vehicle? So stay tuned. So really quickly, what is my credibility for speaking on this topic? So I have a degree, I have a bachelor's in science and biology. Not really important, but it is relative to what we're going to talk about today. So I worked in some medical laboratories, different types of labs throughout the years. Eventually ended up getting an offer from the oil field company, basically refinery, to go and work inside their lab. It was an offer I couldn't refuse, so I went ahead and jumped ship from the medical world into the oil field and refinery world. There, I worked with gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, and any other products from oils and things like that. Crude oil that we pull out from the ground, stuff like that. So the question is premium gasoline really that much better than regular gasoline? Everyone asks this question, and there's always two, I guess, debates on it. So coming from a scientist who actually worked and tested this stuff, I'm going to give you my opinion on it, and I guess the facts on the actual testing of it and kind of the methods that we use to test gasoline to see if it's really premium versus regular gasoline. So one of the most important tests when it comes to gasoline is going to be one of your final tests that you run on this stuff, and it's going to be called the GUMS test. You can Google it, research it, whatever. But it's a long test, takes a couple hours. And basically all you're doing is you're just heating up gasoline. So you pour a little gasoline into like a beaker. You're going to pour it in there. It's not much at all. It's very little. You're going to put it in a heating block for a couple hours. After that time, you're going to pull it out. There's a lot of little methods in between that, and just kind of giving you everything in a nutshell. But yeah, you're going to have it in a heating block. You're going to leave it in there for a couple hours. You're going to wash it out, and then whatever's stuck to that glass, that's your gum weight or your gum residue on the beaker. Now there is a difference. There is a difference between premium and regular gasoline. A lot of what makes up the difference is going to be your reformate, which is one of the components inside gasoline. Typically, when you have more reformate, you'll have a little bit more gums. By the way, I don't know if many people know this, but there's two different blends. So there's a winter blend and a summer blend in gasoline. So when you're pumping gas in the summer, it's different gas than what you're getting in the winter. I know probably not a lot of people know that, but it's different blends based off of the temperatures and your location and the seasons. You're not getting the exact same gasoline. You're getting different gasolines for that specific season. So just, you know, FYI, food for thought for you guys. Interesting, right? I always thought before going into this, it was just one gasoline all the way around, right? No, there's different blends for different seasons. Anyways, back to the GUMS test. So the GUMS test, like I said, after a couple hours, you're going to rinse it out, and whatever's stuck on that beaker is your gum residue. That gum residue is what gets stuck inside the components of your vehicle over obviously a long period of time. So the question is it worth putting, you know, premium gasoline in your vehicle? That depends. So yes, premium gasoline does run a little bit cleaner than your standard or your regular gasoline. It does run a little cleaner, but is it worth paying that extra amount? I'm going to give you my opinion. Obviously, this is an opinion now. Depending on what you're going to be doing with your vehicle, if you're going to keep it forever, you plan on keeping this thing till the wheels fall off this thing, I would probably go with premium. It is worth it because you're going to be keeping and holding on to that vehicle. You want to eliminate some of those problems later on. Me personally, though, I usually trade vehicles every couple of years because I drive a lot. I usually put on 100,000 miles in a very short period of time, and I just trade them in. So it's not really worth it for me to pay the extra in premium when I'm going to be getting rid of this thing in, you know, 2-3 years. So for me, I personally don't. I just put regular unleaded. It's just not worth it. And I know it's going to last, you know, that time. But yes, premium gasoline is going to burn a little bit cleaner inside your vehicle, but it comes down to what are you going to do with that vehicle? Is it like a hot rod? Is it like a collectible car? Is it a racing car? If you're just using this as an everyday driver, this is mainly where I'm speaking from. If you're just an everyday driver, it's probably not worth it unless you plan on keeping this thing forever. If you don't, or if it doesn't require premium, I wouldn't even worry about it. It's not even worth paying that extra amount of money, especially now for inflation. Everything's so expensive, so people are looking for ways to cut back. So if you are already putting premium gasoline and you trade in every couple of years, or you just don't really plan on keeping it forever, I probably wouldn't even mess with the premium. It's not really worth it in my opinion. And again, that's coming from a scientist who actually ran the test on all this stuff. So again, you're not really going to see any effects from premium, and as far as on the components, they're going to be very minimal. The amount of residue that's stuck in the components of the vehicle, it's going to be very minimal, but it will add up over time. One thing that kind of does help if you just want to be a little bit cheaper, more economical, is you can put your regular gasoline. You can always throw in a little bit of seafoam here and there. It does help clean out some of that stuff, and it has been shown to work. Now, as far as fuel economy between premium and regular is not significant enough to justify that cost. Again, in my opinion, each vehicle is different, so keep that in mind as well. But personally, I don't think it's really worth that cost to put premium in your vehicle. Like I said, this kind of came up because people have been asking me, how can I save money? And I was like, well, one of the ways is, you're putting premium in your vehicle. You could always cut back on premium. But people just have this belief that, premium is just so superior to it, which it is better. But again, if it doesn't fit your situation, you're just throwing money away. So I just want to put a quick little, video on it from somebody who actually worked on this stuff, tested the gasoline, and actually ran all these tests. Yes, there is a slight difference, but again, you're not going to see this difference until years down the road. It's not like you're going to put gasoline, regular gasoline, and in a couple months your vehicle's going to fall apart. That's not how it works. It takes years for that gum, that residue, to build up over time. And again, it usually starts off really slow. So if you plan on exiting the vehicle within a short period of time, a couple years, I wouldn't even worry about it. I wouldn't even pay the extra for premium personally. But if you plan on keeping this thing forever, or if it's a collectible car, or if it's just some high-end car, then yeah, maybe you might want to take a little bit more care of it. But for most people, it's not worth putting premium. Well, alrighty guys, I hope you all enjoyed that quick little, tidbit of information. Like I said, if y'all have any more questions, y'all can drop it down below. This is pretty much what I used to do as my day job till I finally left the rat race. But yeah, if you guys are interested, if you guys want any more information, definitely leave it in the comments. Be more than happy to answer any questions. Alrighty guys, without further ado, be careful, be good, take care, and God bless. See you guys later. Bye-bye.